Alright, welcome. I forget which video this is, but we're still on 1-4. And went hiking earlier today. Have some extra energy in me still. Didn't get sick again, so hells yeah. So now we got a date with the chisel. Still got our red marks going on here. Let's take a quick look. Going down with this, I was actually really surprised at how far along this has come. I know it doesn't necessarily seem like it when it's, you know, about the same width of a finger, a little under, right? I don't have the largest hands in the world, so so we're going to keep reducing this down. Now what's going to happen here once we get to a spot where we in case you haven't been watching here, like I know I need to take this down some, but that's probably going to happen there. Oh my god, it's freaking hot. Hold on. Yeah, I have to try to position a fan so it'll blow on me, but not blow over the microphone. And I'll sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Some of you might be too young for that reference, but that's cool. I'm old, I get it. I'm actually okay with it. And everybody gets old, you know. Oh, shit, sorry. Oh, there we go. Whew. I have no idea what's beeping like that, but if I find out it's something of mine, it's going to get destroyed, because it's probably somebody's shit-tastic car. Anyways, where was I before I was ranting about shit-tastic cars making obscene noises, as I use obscene language? Yeah, as we draw this down, once we get the shape in place, we're just going to start some general withdrawing down in case you're not familiar with the way I do wands, or you just haven't heard that part, because I mean, some of these videos go for hours of carvings, thoughts. Now, there is one thing that I actually want to bring up. There's something I haven't done with this wand that I normally do by now at least once or twice, and that is filing. I haven't filed it, right? It's usually like, oh, I need to file it to make sure I know what the shape is. Oh, we need to file it to make sure I know what the shape is, blah, 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 right? And that's because it works so well and it feels solid enough that I have a pretty general feel that what I'm seeing is really what I'm looking at. And I know that may not make sense, but like shape-wise, gross shapes, right? I have a feeling that's what I'm doing. Usually if I'm filing something, I want to see what's high, what's not. Because maybe the angle will play on it, like this dark line right here will play on your thoughts. This area here can be thicker and not look like it because it's darker as opposed to this. I mean, that's just the way the eyeball works. So actually, it looks like I need to reduce that some. See, it got me. Just that little bit though. We're probably up into here too, but that'll get taken out with that, I think. So, all right. So let's just go ahead and start carving, and then we'll start once we get the general shapes. I can see there's a little bit of offness right here. This will have to come down, but I think it will. I don't want to do that yet. Let me just carve with the red stuff off that I've got, and then we'll look at the rest, because this looks like a little hump right here. I don't know if you can see it, but looks like it goes up like this, like right here. And I turned the DPI down on this, so it's not taking like 10 hours to do a freaking video. So, all right, enough for me. Let's roll. Alright, got some carving going here. I did find a really freaking kick-ass thing earlier. It is invasive to Hawaii, so if you guys follow my Instagram, you've probably already seen it. But well, actually, I just put the video up on here too. I found a Jackson's chameleon, and when I say found, I mean I found it dead. And it was literally laying in the middle of the trail, and it had been raining. And we literally turned back because that area is like really prone to flash floods, and you got to be very careful. And so the ground was a little wet this morning, which means that well, it's wet over there a lot, but it means you got to be more careful, because if the ground is near saturated, then all that stuff's just going to run down those waterways that we are essentially crossing bridges on. And they have upper bridges and lower bridges, but not everywhere, so it can actually be kind of dangerous. So anyways, so we were taking the safe routes back, using the upper upper bridgeways, and haven't put those particular pics up yet. And then I come across this chameleon literally in the middle of the damn walkway. It was freaking amazing. And I've lived in Hawaii for 3 years before. By the time I'm done with this round, I lived in Hawaii for 6 years, here on Oahu, only visiting the other islands, not all of them. And I've never seen a chameleon. Now I've only seen a chameleon. I think they have one at the zoo. That's the only live one I've seen. So yeah, I can't say I saw it in the wild, but I did see it in the wild. It was just dead, and the ants hadn't gotten to it. That was the crazy thing. You find like a dead gecko or something like that, or not a gecko, but like a little lizard, like a racer lizard, not quite like a gecko. And you stick that in the grass, and the ants are on that in like 5 minutes. And so here I'm stumbling across this gecko, and I've never seen one here outside of the zoo, right? And so that was quite the find. So that was good. That was a good find today. Found that in Moanalua Valley. Which is actually, the trail we went on was actually open, but it's a back way to the Stairway to Heaven. And you can, I mean, that's like $1,000 fine, so please don't. Save your money. It's not worth it. It's not worth the danger, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Now that I've talked your ear off about an invasive chameleon. I said chameleon, right? I hope I said chameleon. All right. It's been a long day. Sorry. All right. So I've got some lumpity lumps right here. Yeah, that's a technical term. It's been a long day. Yeah, it's been a very long day. It was about 20 years ago this month that a friend of mine died, and so September's a rough month. So I'm glad to be able to sit here and kind of take my mind off of some of that just with some wand carving. It really does help. It does help. So back to the wands. I can't really do much about that curve now. I might be able to go like this, but I'm not going to bet on it. And even if I do, there's a little hump right here, a little lump, not a lumpity lump, but a lump. And let's take that down some. And you could argue it's like, oh, well, as soon as you put the chisel to it, you have to keep doing this process, and that is 100% true. That is the process. That is what works. Especially now with this piece has been pretty sturdy. It works pretty well. You don't have to fight it like we did the sandworm. Colin, if that was for you, Holly. And let's see there. So we don't have to fight it like the sandworm. But I'm still gonna play it safe, because it'd be kind of messed up to put all this work into it. If you were to total up the video times in here, it's not like I spent like 15 minutes. Now, if I were using like belt sanders and things like that, I mean, I have them, but I'm not going to use them. I've even got like miniature ones that are about that thick, you know, about the same thickness as the wand. I could just go over that, you know, all over the place, and variable speed, variable, you know, grit. It's just not as satisfying. And if somebody buys one of these wands that I do on video here, then they know exactly what went into making this wand, right? I mean, I think it's kind of lost in the age of Amazon, right? And I use Amazon a lot, especially here on Oahu, because there's a lot of stuff you just can't get if you don't go through Amazon or have it shipped or something similar, right? Like Etsy. Ooh, shit, that's stripping out there. I have to be careful with this end from now on. I got it here, and then I got it here. See, I mean, that'd be terrible to lose them on right now after all that work. Hell's no. Alright, oh, you little bastard. See, this is why I don't make money off of YouTube, right? Not because I'm not producing things that most people don't like, because most people don't like this, and I don't care about that. It's because my mouth gets me in trouble. My views get me in trouble. The blood, sweat, and tears I'm willing to put in something gets me in trouble. I don't care. I don't need it. I don't need the money. I'm not wealthy. It's just I have a pretty good job. I'm living here in Hawaii, right? And again, and you know, my life's pretty damn stable. So, you know, sorry if I don't need YouTube internet points for my job. And if people can get them, hey, good for them. You know, it's just I'm not giving up my day job that actually has a retirement at some point to make YouTube videos and then be subject to the whims of YouTube and sometimes fans, but might have been pretty reasonable. I've only had a couple jackasses really in all my stuff on here, even if you don't agree with some of the other stuff I do. I've only had a couple jackasses, which is pretty remarkable given some of the, say, subjects I'll touch, right? So I'm actually doing pretty good in that. See that little indent right there? I'm gonna need to take care of that now, or I may hit it again. I had half a mind to leave it there as a reminder, like, hey, be careful which way you're going on this side, but I'll find that out soon enough, right? Again. All right, let's take a look. It's my time. Come on. Oh, there we go. All right, we still have this. I know I'm going slow with this area here, but I mean, if you think about it, if I screw this area up, I can't make the rest of this wand thin enough and not make it look like it wasn't just a hose job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna have to fix this in here, but since we know this is going different ways, that's gonna be a different video, right? So let's look at it from this perspective here. All right, we're gonna try and make this somewhat level. And I'm using like the handle, the direction of the handle is what I'm trying to shoot towards this end, and then looking to see what looks a little up, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Props if you get that. I'm old, so I think it's a meme now, actually. I think it's a meme. So more people might get it, but I lived it. I lived it, damn it. It's real to me. And it was too. Alright. Although I can't, I'd actually have to look up, see what that is. I just remember doing it in my friend's room, and he had a Nintendo in his room, and so we got in all sorts of trouble. Well, kept us out of more trouble though, because he ended up going to prison not long after that, because he stopped playing Nintendo and started stealing shit from cars. So all right, like just little accessories too. There was a time back in the day when, you know, Amazon didn't exist. I don't think Walmart was a fart in anybody's mind. It probably was actually, but it wasn't. We didn't have Walmart in our town. Our town was that small. It was a city really, but fast food were the only chain restaurants we had in there. Anyway, he was stealing like hood ornaments back when the cars actually had them and they stuck up off the car like some obnoxious organ, we'll say, of the car. Stick up there in your face like that. So he was stealing that, and then we used to call them chromies. I don't know what they call them now, but they're really just the things that you put the air caps for the tires. But people used to put them on there, and so he would just steal the shit out of them. And thankfully, I wasn't with him for most of that time. So I said most. I wasn't with him for most of that time. You couldn't just order them off. You couldn't order like distinct ones off of Amazon, because Amazon didn't exist. YouTube didn't exist. None of that shit existed. None of the shit that's rotting our minds today. Sometimes with good information like this, you made a wise choice. didn't exist. And so trying to get those was actually, they cost a lot more because you couldn't just walk down to the store and get them. Right. So anyway, so he stole a whole lot of those things, a whole lot of other shit, similar stuff, and then ended up going to prison. And that kind of put a damper on our friendship. But we hadn't talked for a while, even before then, because we'd moved, and it's probably better that way, because I probably would have been with him, and I probably gotten peer pressured. If I'm being quite frankly, at that point, I probably would have done it a couple times. So now that you know my life story, let's check out the wand. See, I don't like that this kind of comes up more here than this does here, and I have a couple options for that. One is to reduce this more until it gets here to the handle, and then I may have to reduce the handle, but I need to come back here and take a look at how I expect it to be used. I expect it to be grabbed like this. Can I do that? Well, it might make this a little slimmer, but that might work. I won't be getting rid of this because I need that natural edge just for my own personal desire. I will have to clean this though. This is actually mud. The red mud here in Hawaii. And if it's left-handed, it'll be like this. So that would still work. That would still work here. We can put this in. It almost looks like a grill lighter. You know what I'm talking about? Oh shit! I just ruined this one. The grill lighter. No. Oh hell no. All right. Let's just pretend I didn't see that. I'm not gonna be able to not see a grill lighter now when I look at this wand. God damn it. What's my time? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead because I want to. There's no child safety lock on this grill lighter. And so we want to make it look a little less assuming. Oh my God. That is just so messed up. Hey, Jay. What'd you carve today, hey, Jay? Yeah, I carved the grill lighter. Ooh, gotta be careful. Alright, I think we can still do that. Hell. I gotta make this look like something else, because if I call it the grill lighter, then nobody's gonna you can't unsee that, right? You can't. I mean, you can, but you really can't. I can't. I'm looking at the damn thing. Shit. Wait, there's something that has a claw on it. I feel like that. It's almost like that's not gonna work. It's not like this is the lamp from the Christmas Story or something, you know, fragile and something, you know. Oh shit. All right, well I'm gonna have to think about that. All right, let's just take a look at the wand and try to forget that it looks like a grill lighter. The griller. Now, that's just gonna stick now. Oh, damn it. All right, I have to reduce this side now because it just looks way too much like a grill lighter. So I'm gonna have to reduce this side. Eventually I'm gonna have to like kind of scrape this off. I'm gonna leave this end here, but I'm gonna have to scrape the rest of this off. What's my time? It does matter. It does matter. All right, let's go ahead and roll with this. Ooh, that's gonna make me nervous, but focus and control. Ford Norseman. Oof, come on, dude. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll have to kind of check the symmetry on the other side. It's giving the symmetry on the other side, and it doesn't look too bad. It looks a little thin here. We can just shave that down. That's fine. Then we'll just like scuff the rest of that up there so that won't look. This line is for us. We're not really going to be doing anything with it, which means this probably needs to come down. And we're probably almost ready for that. Let's give her some of these. Right. Not bad, not bad. Let's take a look. Alright, we're at 20 minutes, and so I'm going to probably call this video, and then I'll have to think about this one a little bit more. The grill lighter. And... Alright, I'll have to think about that and see where we're going to go, because if I want to keep this shape right here, I need to make this a lot thinner, and my concern is up here where it's chipping out when I go this way. Can I do that reasonably here at the tip, right? Because coming in like this is going to split the wood. You know what I'm saying? So it'll follow the grain like that. So I got to be very, very careful. Probably not as careful as I think I have to be. But, I mean, you know, it's better to be overly cautious and get it right than to just kind of stampede in and make yourself look like a, you know, jackass in front of anybody that, you know, watches that video from then on. Alright, so we're going to call this video here, and then I'll do some thinking on this. I'm going to work on some other wands that that are not really meant for video, and because they're meant for some friends' kids, actually. I don't want those in video. So let me go ahead and do that. Well, so we're going to call the video, and I'll probably work on something else. Maybe those wands, maybe not. And we'll go from there. Have a good one.